what exactly is this facade pattern? Well, imagine a complex system, like a high-tech security system, with a myriad of parts and settings. It would be overwhelming to interact with each part individually. The facade pattern steps in here, serving as a simplified, user-friendly interface to this complex system. It effectively conceals the system's intricacies and reduces dependencies between clients and the system. Much like a modern security system, you just press a button, and the facade pattern does the rest. The facade pattern is all about simplicity and reducing dependencies. Let's bring this concept to life with a real-world scenario. Imagine a library that handles file operations. It's packed with functionality, allowing for reading, writing, and encoding files. But as powerful as it is, it can be quite complex. A user who only wants to read or write a file might find the intricacies of encoding operations overwhelming. This file operation library is a perfect example of a complex system that could benefit from the facade pattern. Now, how do we create a facade for this file operations library? Let's take a step-by-step journey together. First off, we start with the TypeScript interface for the facade. This interface will highlight our simplified operations. It's as simple as declaring an interface. Let's call it File Operations Facade, and defining two methods, readFile and writeFile. Both methods will take a path parameter as a string, with writeFile also requiring a content parameter. Now on to the next step, implementing the facade class. Here we encapsulate the complex subsystems of our file operations library. We'll create a class, let's name it Simple File Operations, and make it implement our File Operations Facade interface. Inside this class, we'll define the logic for our readFile and writeFile methods. For instance, readFile could contain logic to read a file and return its content as a string, while writeFile might have logic to write content to a file at a specified path. What we've just done is to provide a streamlined API to interact with our complex file operations library. By doing so, we've hidden the complexities and made it easier for clients to perform file operations. And there we have it, a simplified interface to our complex file operations library. Let's quickly recap what we've learned about the facade pattern and TypeScript. The facade pattern is a structural design pattern that simplifies interactions with complex subsystems, making them more manageable. It's particularly useful in TypeScript, where strong typing adds clarity and robustness to the pattern's implementation. We've walked through an example of a facade class for file operations, demonstrating the pattern's practical application. So, next time you're faced with a complex system, consider using the facade pattern.